All right, let's just get right into it. This is the review or recap for Married to Medicine, Season 5, Episode 14, D.N.A. D-Day. So it basically starts off with Heavenly talking to Jewel. Jewel is part of the Bravo show with the black pastor and his family. I think she's the wife. I'm pretty sure she's the wife of the pastor. But she wanted to talk to Jewel about the trip to Barbados that went completely left. And Jewel actually agreed with all the couples that Heavenly's approach was just complete bullshit. And they were in the right because Heavenly's delivery was wrong, which everybody knew, and Heavenly knew that. She could sit up there and pretend, but Heavenly knew that what she was doing was messy, but she just, oh, I'm a work in progress. I need work. I'm still working on me, but that don't make it okay. So she decides that to make it up to everybody, the DNA test kits that they had done while in Barbados, she'll throw a little party, a little dinner for them all, where they can go over their results and have a little kiki, I guess. But we already know how that's gonna go. The next scene is Simone waiting on Quad yet again to join her for lunch to talk about their little skirmish during the trip when Simone got all up in her face about the fact that they've always gave Quad a pass. Oh, that was ugly. 45 minutes late is Quad, I'm sorry, was Quad getting to this lunch. 45 minutes late. How disrespectful is that? Like she and this late stuff is just it's just really bullshit. Um Simone mentions to Quad that she sees a lot of trouble in the marriage and she wants her to not give up on her marriage to Dr. Gregory, which I'm kind of conflicted about because Simone and Cecil situation is way out of control. They're in divorce proceedings right now, or probably headed there during the filming of that episode without anybody knowing. But she's telling Quad to fight and stay in her marriage, which I thought was kind of weird. Um, I thought this was the best scene of the episode. Dr. Jackie allows Curtis to move back into the house with stipulations that he didn't know were coming. So he has to sleep in the downstairs guest bedroom and she sleeps upstairs in the master. And this fool, Curtis, really thought that he was going straight back to Jackie's bed and they were going to carry on like nothing happened. How gross. Yes, she wants her marriage together. She ain't ready to give up on all of that. But that don't mean she ready to have your dusty, dirty dick inside her either. She needs time to make sure it has been properly deloused. Oh God, that's just so sad for her. And Curtis is not having it. He is like all about, you really mean you gonna make me sleep down here? You really mean, yes, fool? You haven't earned that back. You haven't even done any work besides just running your mouth. You haven't shown her anything, and for her to feel safe and secure again, this is what it's gonna take. So he's just gonna have to get with that. But that was one of the best scenes because Curtis' face was like, boom. Um, then it jumps to Heavenly calling Toya during her ride from dropping off Valora at school to invite her to the D.N.A. party, which, Toya's always down to go to any event, so she wasn't bullshitting. I mean, like, she have a problem with everything that happened in Barbados. She was like, tell me where it's at, yeah. And then Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly throws on Twitter, it's going to be African themed, where they came up with that together so that everybody at the party is supposed to be dressed African style. Alright, moving on to the roughest part of the episode. At Quad and Dr. Greg's house. They have a marital focus group come by as two couples that my impression is that they were coming to have like a group chat with Quad and Dr. Greg, but it really was just them giving Quad and Greg an audience to just go back and forth at each other. Greg, Dr. Greg is a real piece of work. He called the relationship that he has with his wife, he called her a buddy. Buddy. And they hit me. Like, I don't care what y'all going through. A spouse is not a buddy. I have buddies. A spouse is not a buddy. And then he tried to apologize and he put his hand on Quad's knee and she said, "Do not touch me." They felt that in Alabama. They're in Atlanta, Georgia, but they felt that cold shift in Alabama. That was she was mad. And I would be too, because she really couldn't believe that he sat up there and compared what she is to him as a buddy. Like, how disrespectful is that? And so, one of this marital focus group husbands brought up children. What did he do that for? Because that's where Greg goes in on Quad. He's like, I'm taking care of Quad. Quad's supposed to be taking care of family and home. We don't have no family. So what is her problem? Why is she always up in my ship? She ain't even at home every day taking care of kids. Which I'm imagining at some point in their courtship, she wanted children with him. And then once things got a little bit sour, or maybe she didn't want kids. Not everybody has to have kids. Maybe she slowly changed her mind away from that. But he never changed his mind and he still wants children with her. And Qua says, maybe we should go our own separate ways. So you can get you a wife that'll give you what you want. That was like, just knocked all the air out of Dr. Gregory's chest, because he claims he does not want a divorce, but the way that they act is that they've been done with each other, I'm just looking at my notes here. Dr. Contessa, I still don't really know what I think about her. She's like the one that's over there. You know what I mean? Like, she don't have a lot of personality to show right now. Her marriage seems cool. I love their home. We got a shot of their theater room. Baby, that thing is huge. I don't know how big their house is, but unless this theater room is in the basement, that space was amazing. And she talked to her husband, who's also a doctor, and basically told him that, she doesn't want to work anymore. She wants to be home with the kids. And if they budget and do this and do that, they can live off of just his income. And he's like, okay. And my job is to provide and take care of the family financially, and you're supposed to be mama bear. So if that's what we're going to do, that's what we're going to do. Fast forward to the D.N.A. party. So everybody's coming in, checking out everybody's outfits and stuff, and Quad goes straight in on Dr. Contessa's outfit, which was It was different, but I didn't think it was like the ugliest thing I've ever seen. I've seen Simone wear some way more busted pieces than that. And as the girls were all like communing together, Dr. Contessa told the other doctors, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, that she gave her 2 weeks notice to her practice, and she was going to be going home to stay home with their families, and they understood her her need. They think it's going to be very hard for her to walk away from medicine, but as mothers, well, not Dr. Jackie, but Simone understood the drive to be with your children, which is, and I think Dr. Contessa's kids are pretty young, like under teens. I know she has a daughter that's very small, and I think she has a son that might be 9. I'm not really sure about her family, but they got it. They understood that. Um, so they all get to go eat from the Caribbean buffet, which is like this theme of Caribbean. It's always Caribbean food with Dr. Heavenly, I guess, because Dr. Daddy, Dr. David is from Barbados, but she's always got this Caribbean vibe thing going on. And Eugene asks about the DNA. At the table, he says, "Who here is the blackest?" And he looks at Quad while he's saying it. And it's just because they were sitting across from each other and they kind of had eye contact. Quad took it personally, as she does everything, and thought he was calling her like the N word of the group, and said he had a confession for everybody that he was a white man and he was struggling with it. And that kind of broke the tension in the room. I really like Dr. Eugene. No matter what all goes on, I really like Dr. Eugene. Then Toya and Quad get into it. And it's over the most dumb stuff. BCBG as a brand is going through some changes and some restructuring of financials. Well, everyone knows since the first season that Quad works closely with BCBG in some capacity. And Quad and Toya were talking about BCBG. And Toya said, well, there was just them two. She's like, well, I heard, that they're going through some financial stuff, maybe for confirmation or just to see if Quad had another plan or whatever. And Quad comes back at her with, well, you're $170,000 in tax debt. And it was like, whoa. Now, I didn't see this episode happen. I don't know if that was just between them off camera. But, like, Quad goes for the under. She goes very low and just hits for the gut. Where Toya was talking about something that has to be internationally known about BCBG. I mean, everybody knows Sears is closing, J.C. Penney's are closing, like Kmart's are closing. It's not a secret that retail is going through a really rough time right now, and it's not private information. But Toya was really hurt by it, the fact that she went straight back to the fact that her and Eugene are always having money troubles. And they got into an ugly argument where Dr. Damon actually left. He was like, I don't want nothing to do with this. And his energy, he really not into all that arguing and stuff, because every time they get together, they have an argument. So he got up and left. Then Eugene got up and was like, guys, let's just go over here. He's like, this is stupid. And he told all the ladies at the table, he's like, I said to my wife in confidence, I said to my wife in confidence that when y'all are together, y'all all act like a bunch of cunts. There could not be a more forbidden word when dealing with adult ladies. The word cunt is just not supposed to be used. So, of course, the ladies felt some kind of way. Dr. Heavenly got all up in her feels about it. He's not wrong. but he's not right either, because they really do, they really do go in on each other for the most whack stuff, and it's constant. It's almost like Bravo has a sign that the producer or the camera guys hold up and just say fight. And they hold up this sign and then somebody got to pick a fight because they need a fight on camera. And it's just getting so old. And I don't know if I want to watch that. The next episode is the season finale. I don't even know if I want to watch it next season. I'm just tired of seeing this fighting stuff. It just gets. I'm a positive person. I've never been in a physical fight. Never really had a really great argument with anybody. So when I see people who do it all the time, every time they're together, to me it's a downer. It just doesn't feel good. Um, so basically, Quad says that her and Toya don't ever have to speak again, and that's how they can go forward and handle it. And that's Quad being dramatic, Quad. And just it ended on a bad note. So we'll see how the next episode holds up or how the season finale goes. In it, I believe Quad's going to ask for a divorce. So we shall see.